What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy, World of Wrestling, here today to discuss about Random Wrestling Talk, episode number 44. I do apologize. I'm fucked up with the lighting. Let me go ahead and fix that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put the stream on a pause, so I'll be right back in just a few secs. All right, now I fixed the lighting. Everything looks a little bit better instead of the lighting being bright in the back and dim in the front. So, all right, we got a little bit of some stories to talk about here today. I did not watch Monday Night Raw last night. I was busy watching the football game from last night, Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals. And unfortunately, something horrific happened to a safety on the Buffalo Bills named Darman Hamlin, and he suffered a cardiac arrest. He actually had a heart attack on the field. Um, it was very disturbing, very weird. I've never witnessed something like that before in my life. Um, so yeah, this was not something I was too happy about. I thought it was very tragic. I thought it was very scary as well. I never thought I would witness something that like that in a football game. Nothing like that has ever happened before. So that was pretty tragic. I watched a little bit of JD from New York 206's podcast about the show for Raw last night. He said the beginning portion of the show was good, the ending of the show was good, but the middle portion of it was not so hot. I will go ahead and check that out during the week and give you guys a full on review Thursday night. And I will go over all of that with you uh, this coming Thursday. Since there won't be much to do on Thursday, I'm just going to go ahead and go over that with you guys and give you a full review on that by video only, not live stream. Some interesting information came across during the last couple of weeks. I think we did our live stream on Thursday at 8:30. I went ahead and I've been looking up some stories to read and go over with you guys as the week went along. I found some interesting things. Sasha Banks, being one of them, is actually going ahead and accepting booking for some shows for her to show up at for wrestling. So this should be interesting. I'll go over and read the entire story here. So give me 1 second as I pull this up. One moment. All right. So Sasha Banks is reportedly a free agent and can take wrestling bookings. As previously noted, Sasha Banks' WWE departure was confirmed, have been negotiated months ago, and she is expected to appear for the New Japan Wrestling starting in January. I believe she's probably going to make an appearance there for Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane actually has a title defense against another female wrestler in their company. So probably Sasha Banks will make an appearance after the match is over. Kairi Sane's going to retain, and then we'll see them go at it on night 2 for January 21st is Wrestle Kingdom 17 pay-per-view event. So that's when I'm assuming we're going to see her. So here's the rest of the report. As of January 1st, 2023, Sasha Banks is reportedly a free agent and can take wrestling bookings. On New Year's morning, Sasha posted a cryptic tweet which read, "When you take a risk doing what you love, that's exciting." Sasha included a photo with the following quote: "Don't be afraid to start over again. Remember that this time you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience." Sasha's company Solnado Incorporated filed to trademark the term Mon Banks on December 27th, 2022. So pretty much at this point, we will be seeing Sasha Banks at another wrestling promotion. I'm very tempted of getting Wrestle Kingdom, uh, like get New Japan Wrestling, streaming service, and possibly go about doing that. And maybe give you guys a review. I'm not sure yet. Don't take my word for it. I'm not guaranteeing anything right now. I just have an urge and desire to possibly go ahead and resubscribe with New Japan Wrestling with their streaming service, because I'll be straight up, I've missed New Japan Wrestling, but I also don't have the money to constantly be subscribed to other subscriptions. I literally have given up a ton of subscriptions over this past month because I want to save some money. I'm possibly going to be moving again after my lease here is up in October. So I'm not going to state where I'm going yet. Be a nice little surprise for all you guys. You might be surprised where I'm going to be. But honestly, yeah, you know, I don't know where I'm going to go with this with the New Japan Wrestling. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it or I'm going to just stay away from it completely. So that's just something I'm going to have to decide on as time goes on. Uh, but I will make a decision sooner or later within the next few days. I know I'm not going to watch night one of Wrestle Kingdom live, uh, but I will watch a replay of it at least, so that I can get an understanding of how the show went. I saw some of the matches on the card is pretty interesting. There are some repeats of the same stuff, such as Jay White versus Okada. They've wrestled at least twice now. I'm more lean towards a different opponent for Jay White. Would like to see him wrestle someone else, but unfortunately, I mean, I don't know why they keep putting Okada in the world title picture. Feels like as if we're watching a fucking uh whatchamacallit, like we're watching WWE with the repetitive wrestlers or WCW with the same guys showing up in the main event. They kind of need a change. They need to shake some things up, change the performers out in the main event spot. And Jay White's definitely a guy I don't mind in the main event spot right now since he's still young. But Okada has been there quite a bit. I think they can, move away from all that and, uh, you know, do something else with Okada. Maybe put him in the U.S. title picture with a fucking, you know, um, Will Osprey. I mean, that would be a good idea. Possibly, I wouldn't mind seeing Will Osprey versus Okada in a U.S. Championship match. Speaking of Will Osprey, we are going to see Kenny Omega and Will Osprey at Wrestle Kingdom on night one. Those two will be competing over the United States Championship. That is actually a very intriguing matchup, especially over the United States Championship, which Kenny Omega has had over before in his career. Um, I honestly think that this could be a really cool matchup. Most definitely, I think it's going to steal the show. Jay White and Okada might be a competitor. They might be competitive with that match, but I think Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega will steal the show, hands down. Even though they're not the main event, they're the co-main event. But yeah, I really believe that they are going to kill it in that show. Those two. Let me go over to the chat. We got Matt87 Eagle pretty much hogging up all the commentary here. He says, I don't know why people are going crazy for Sasha Banks. I mean, she peaked at 30 people. We should be putting all our eggs in the Charlotte Flair basket for getting rid of Ronda Rousey. This is sarcasm, people. Matt A7 Eagle, you're one crazy son of a bitch. I got to admit that, man. Oh, shit. Thank you for the like. Whoever gave me that like, I greatly appreciate that. By the way, guys, when you come in, do not forget, hit that like button. It helps the channel out. Greatly appreciate that. Um, anyway, speaking of Sasha Banks, let's go over to Naomi. Naya, what am I talking about? Naomi. Um, Naomi is actually expected to return to WWE, not go somewhere else and do something completely different with her career. She is sticking with WWE. I kind of know why, for the fact of the matter that her husband still works for the company. So why not work in the same place your husband works at? Anyway, let me go ahead and read this sucker for you. Naomi will not be going to New Japan Wrestling with Sasha Banks. Instead, she is staying with WWE. Naomi and Banks have been absent from the wrestling world since they walked out of WWE Raw in May. That will change as Banks is expected to make her New Japan Wrestling debut on Wednesday at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Naomi and Bailey are in Japan to support their good friend. Wow, that's pretty fucking exciting. I actually would love to go see a New Japan Wrestling show. My biggest fear, though, is the situation with COVID over there. I think maybe COVID might be a huge problem over there. I know China is got loads of issues. I mean, they've been in lockdown situations and people are still getting sick. And it's really terrible over there. And Japan is not that far from China. So God knows what could be going on in Japan compared to China. So I truly hope that Japan is doing okay with this COVID situation and it's a lot more under control than it was when it first started. I know a lot of wrestlers have been wanting to get out of New Japan Wrestling simply because of the business practices and also the situation with COVID on top of it. So I hope things are doing okay over there. And but personally, if I had any idea how the situation is with COVID in Japan, I would fucking go see a New Japan Wrestling show in Japan, of course. That would be fun as shit. I mean, I would love to go see one of those shows live and in person. God knows that would probably cost a fortune to go see something like that. I mean, traveling to a different country, you got to get a passport, all that good stuff. I can only imagine how much that would cost. But regardless of all that, I think that this is um really cool that Sasha Banks is taking this leap of faith and banking on herself, basically, no pun intended. But in reality, I think that she is taking a huge risk, but at the same time, I don't think it is that much of a risk because a lot of people know who she is, especially diehard wrestling fans like myself and the guy and like you guys in here in the chat. Um, so bottom line, I think that this is awesome. And Naomi staying is not surprising at all to me. I think that Triple H will do better by her than what Vince McMahon did. I think he'll put her, if anything, personally, this is what I would do. I know this is hot shot booking, but I'd have Naomi win the Royal Rumble, face Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, and have Naomi go over on Charlotte Flair and win the WWE SmackDown Women's title. That's what I would do. They got no I'll get into another story that actually ties up with what I'm talking about here, but let me finish up what I'm saying. There had been speculation about Naomi's future in the wrestling business, as there hasn't been much of an update on her status since last month when it was reported that her future is up in the air, as nothing has been said about her. However, Dave Meltzer was told she did make a decision on this. And on today's Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez reported that Naomi is returning to the WWE. So there you go. Now, I do have another story that ties up with this. Let me go ahead and read Daniel's comment. What's your thoughts on this week's Raw? I did not watch it, Daniel. I do apologize if you happen to go away. I know that you were waiting 2 hours ahead before the show was supposed to start, but I just recently mentioned that I did not watch the show. I will be watching it on Thursday night and then give you guys a full-fledged review on my thoughts on it. I did hear the beginning opener of JD's report on the show that the beginning portion was good, the ending was good, but the middle portion of the show was just blah, dull. So I will go ahead and watch that show in full to give you guys my full intake on it and how I felt about it with my own viewpoint. But yeah, I am not keen on a Raw show. I hate Raw reviews. I really do. I hate the 3 hour shows. They're such a fucking waste of time. Um, so yeah, I'm not too interested in it. Matt 87 Eagles says, have Naomi do just that as a member of the bloodline. Well, Matt, I don't know if that's a good idea though, because the bloodline is going to lose the tag team titles and the world championship belts from the bloodline. And then you're leaving Naomi winning the titles. Wouldn't you want all of them holding on to all the belts in the bloodline instead of having one of them win and then all the rest of the titles leave the bloodline altogether after she just recently joined the team, the group? I don't know if that's a good idea. I think her by herself is perfectly fine. I don't think she needs to join the bloodline at all. I don't think it's necessary. Um, I mean, it does make sense, 100%. But if you're gonna have Naomi join the bloodline, then you got to keep the rest of the members with the titles as well. That wouldn't make any sense to me if they just took all the titles off of them and just gave Naomi a championship. Seems a little odd to me. Just my point of view on that. Um anyway, yeah, so let me go ahead and pull up this other um situation here. Okay, come on, come on. All right. A rumored title match that is actually now unlikely, obviously, from what we saw on December 30th's episode of SmackDown. For months, WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch has been one of the most rumored matches for WrestleMania 39 in California. In an update, Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com noted during a Wrestling Observer Radio that different direction right now that is not the plan. Things change. The world takes you in different places. I don't know what Ronda's match is or what Becky's match is going to be. But as of today, as of this morning, it was said to be to me that it was very unlikely, and another person who is very well connected said, I heard it's dead. Definitely not the plan right now. Thank God. I honestly, beforehand, I was shitting all over this whole situation with Ronda Rousey losing the title to Charlotte Flair. But maybe Triple H can turn this into a positive, make the use of Charlotte Flair into something worth doing. And like I said, if you're getting Naomi back with the company, she's returning. Why not have her win the Royal Rumble? Make this uh, an unbelievable tale story that she's this underdog who nobody would imagine beating Charlotte Flair and ends up beating her at WrestleMania 39 in front of almost 100,000 people for all I know. But let's be real, man. This is probably the most positive thing I can say about Charlotte Flair being champion right now. Honestly, because like I was saying before, I didn't particularly care for a Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch match whatsoever. I did not give a shit. It wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't have any interest in that. It's 4 years past, man. Why do we need to go back to something that's happened 4 years ago? We should have directed this at least a year or two ago. That would have been a fair situation to go with if you wanted to book that type of match. But to book this match now, 4 years that's passed since their encounter with each other at WrestleMania, no, I don't like that idea. I think that's a terrible move. And it's just a lack of creativity in my book. I don't think they need to go back to something that was botched at the end of a WrestleMania main event pay-per-view. I think it's stupid. Ronda Rousey has no reason to even be champion. She doesn't even want to be the champion, by the way. If you remember some of the reports I made a couple of months back when she lost the title at SummerSlam, I believe it was, or so, she mentioned she was not interested in being the champion. So to me, that's a positive. She's more interested in putting other people over. At least that's what I'm getting at. But what the fuck should I know? I'm just some doofus behind a computer talking about pro wrestling with you guys. But bottom line, I don't particularly care for a Ronda Rousey Becky Lynch match. I'm glad this title is off of her. The positive is Naomi's returning. So let's book Naomi, Royal Rumble winner, and win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair, and everything's good. All the booking decision they'd made on December 30th will be made up with Naomi winning everything from the Royal Rumble to the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. That would be fine. Beating Charlotte Flair at one of the biggest events in the company, the biggest event that the company holds on the calendar, yeah, I would go for that in a fucking heartbeat. 100%. So that's my attitude on that subject. I think that that is the best way to go. And yeah, that's my viewpoint on that situation. Matt87 Eagle says Ronda is making money with her Raid Shadow Legends character. She honestly doesn't need to be in the WWE title picture. That ain't even the point, Matthew. She was doing a fantastic job as the champion and showed she had a lot of interest in being the champion, which she's stated in private interviews she is not. There's no reason to give her a title that she's not interested in holding. You can tell she has a lack of care, a lack of interest in what she is doing in this company. She has no care whatsoever. I don't think it's something that she wants to do, honestly. That's why I don't believe we're getting the same Ronda Rousey we saw 4 years ago when she started in 2018. So there's the difference. I don't think she is unable to give us that kind of Ronda Rousey we saw in 2018. It's just she's not interested in this. She's under a contract, folks. She's got to honor it. So she's going ahead and going through the motions. That's all she's really doing is going through fucking motions here. So that's all I got to say on that. Anyway, let's move on here. I got a couple other stories and then we'll head on out. Hopefully get a few more comments in the chat so we'll stay here a little bit longer for a full hour. Seems lately I've been kind of low on stories to talk about. But I got this other story coming up. There is reportedly talk of WWE creating a new world championship belt in 2023. As previously noted, there is talk of splitting the WWE world titles again. So Raw has world champion after WrestleMania. During Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com commented a new title possibly being created. There is absolutely talk of creating a new title. Yes, it's been a year. The mentality was always that it's each brand should have a title. But I think this year, above and beyond everything, this entire year was all about getting Roman Reigns over and trying to get him to that John Cena level to where he is this big attraction. In long term, I think they want Raw and SmackDown to each have their own titles. Reigns is reportedly going to defend the unified WWE Universal title against either The Rock or Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Seth Rollins could end up facing either Cody or Drew McIntyre for the other title. That sounds a little fucking confusing if you ask me, but whatever. Um, and that's all they had to say on that on that report. So yeah, there's a new championship being designed. I have not seen the actual design yet. I think I heard there is a leak of that information or a picture of the title. A slight, you know, um, a slight making of that championship. It's not like fully completed yet, but it looks pretty much like the two other belts has been created. So I have no fucking idea. Maddie Seven Eagle says true. She even confused the Royal Rumble for SummerSlam. Shows a lack of care. Yeah, I understand that. That's what I'm trying to say. Ronda Rousey doesn't need to be there. I mean, unless she's interested in putting over talent or doing something else behind the scenes, I don't particularly think she really wants to be there at all. I think she has other interests. Maybe she wants to retire, be with her husband, what have you. I have no fucking clue. But honestly, I think it is a little disturbing how this woman came back and has shown no care whatsoever in interest in doing what she does. One minute she's a heel, the next minute she's a face. Fans are cheering for her, next minute they're booing her. It's like a complete confused fest. It's insane how many people are confused on whether to cheer for this woman or boo her out of the fucking building. But man, these people really ought to make their damn minds up. All right. Now we got some AEW news. Yeah, I bet you guys have been looking for that. Like, shit, what is with all the WWE news? I want some AEW fix. All right, so let's go over this. Oh, wait, John Cena. I want to talk about that. John Cena actually helped out the Raw the SmackDown ratings this past Friday, which is very interesting. I'm going to go over that. I do have a comment in the chat. Alyssa Stansberry, glad Sasha Banks is gone now. Start new star. Give Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley high end in the card. We know build new talent on roster. She feels like she deserves, like Liv Morgan deserves, and Ripley deserves a push as well. So okay. All right. John Cena's return boosts WWE SmackDown to the best viewership in 2 years. SmackDown also tied its highest 18 to 49 demo rating of 2022. Let's get information on this shit and see what happened. Holy fucking shit. Friday, WWE SmackDown, which featured the in-ring return of John Cena, averaged 2.629 million viewers. Holy fucking shit, that's a hell of an improvement. Hey, let's get John Cena on the damn show every fucking week if we can, huh? All right, anyway. So it's up 10.6% from the previous week, aside from Christmas Day episode in 2020, which had an NFL lead-in. It's the largest audience total for SmackDown since October 11th of 2019. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe because The Rock was actually there with Becky Lynch making fun of Baron Corbin and destroying their own fucking current day talent. Isn't that smart? Yes, it is, Vince. You're a genius. You ought to go fuck yourself. Anyway, moving on. SmackDown topped all the network television with a 0.64 rating in the 18 to 49 demographics, up 16.4% from last week. That tied for SmackDown's rating in the category for 2022. Hell of a way to fucking end the year, right, Chips? Triple H, for anyone who doesn't understand that, because there is someone in here that watches this show and she's not a wrestling fan. She's just a good friend of mine and she's just supporting the channel. SmackDown was the 7th highest rated show on TV in the 18 to 49 demo, behind college football games and related programming on ESPN. SmackDown was fifth on network TV in terms of total viewers, which is higher than the show usually ranks. It also led network TV with a 0.44 rating in the 18 to 34 demographics as well. Year over year comparisons are not relevant since last year's SmackDown at this time aired on the New Year's Eve on FS1 and was the best of episode that did the lowest numbers in show history. They just give you a list of all the show numbers and all that jazz. So I'm not gonna go ahead and reiterate all that. But yeah, John Cena did a hell of a job helping out the ratings on SmackDown. Alyssa Stansberry says Cody Rhodes should win the Undisputed Championship WrestleMania after he split whole tournament SmackDown all want WWE Championship Cody Rhodes debut new title. So she's basically saying that she would like to see him win both titles, drop the Universal Championship so SmackDown can have the Universal title, and then SmackDown just does a tournament over the title. Hey, Alyssa Stansberry, thumbs up for you, my gal. You did a hell of a fucking job right there with what you explained. That was fucking smart. Very smart. I think that is a fucking genius move. Hey, Matt 87 Eagle, remember all the times you and I keep batting it back and forth about how, Cody Rhodes should win the Royal Rumble and we should have Roman Reigns just drop the WWE Championship and have Cody, go up against somebody and have Roman defend the title against somebody else? Well, Alyssa Stansberry has a solution to the problem. We have good old Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. Fuck Roman defending the title twice in during the entire weekend of WrestleMania, and just have both titles shipped over to Cody Rhodes, and Cody just decides to say, hey, I'm dropping the Universal Championship. I only need the WWE Championship. SmackDown needs a champion to defend this title. Here it is. Take it. Do what you want with it. There you go. I'm only interested in the WWE Championship. I think that's a smart decision. Good job, Alyssa Stansberry, for pointing that out. Nobody fucking even thought about that. Nobody. Not even JD from New York 206. The top dog in a fucking YouTube community didn't even think of that. That was intelligent. Very smart move on your part, Alyssa. Good job. Holy shit. All right, let's get into some reports. Oh, we're getting some views now. I mean, only 8 views, but that's a lot better than what I average on a week-to-week basis live. So thank you guys very much. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. I mean, it helps out the damn channel. Come on, people. It's not that hard. Just stick your finger on the little thumbs up and tap it, and you're good. That's all you got to do. All right, let's go over some AEW news here, and then we'll close up shop. I got 3 stories for AEW. One about Chris Jericho that will make you guys smile, maybe even cry. It's absolutely insane. Cat Inkpen says, laugh my ass off. Like what now? No, I'm just saying that the people that are showing up should go ahead and hit the like button. It helps the channel. It's kind of showing some support for the channel. I'm trying to build this fucking damn channel up. I know I'm not doing the terrific job with all the aesthetics with the fucking holy shit 10 views. Thank you guys for showing up. Hit the like button, damn it. Anyway, guys, I know I'm not doing the greatest job in the world. I ruined the joke. What was the joke? Come on, man. Thank you very much for whoever hit the like button there to raise it to 3. I feel threatened, laugh my ass off. Just kidding. Okay, Cat Inkpen, congratulations. Anyway, I gotta say, I lost track of what the fuck I was talking about. Yeah, anyway, guys, you coming in, hit the like button. There's nothing, you're not paying for anything. This is all free. You can talk in the chat, shoot the shit with me, do whatever you guys want. I'm here. I want to communicate with you guys. That's what this whole random wrestling talk show is all about. So please hit the like button when you come on in. Don't be shy. It's just the like button. You don't have to show your face on the screen. You don't have to give me any money. You don't have to do nothing. Just hit the like button, please. All right. Let's go into a serious. All right. So Cat Inkpen says, laugh my ass off. No like button on my view on mobile. Don't come for me. Are you serious? You don't have a like button on your actual phone? That does not sound correct. I think you're just fucking with me. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're here. You're supporting the channel by watching this show. Fine. I'll take it for what I get for I can take, I guess. All right. I got a really, really interesting story here about Chris Jericho and about what happened to Damar Hamlin's charity thing. Damar Hamlin had a charity going on when like months before this whole situation happened with his cardiac arrest during a football game. Um, he actually had a donation set up so that he could help poor kids be able to get gifts during the holidays or food, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but it was meant to do for a positive cause for kids. And AEW's Chris Jericho donated $10,000 to the NFL player Damar Hamlin's charity. The Buffalo Bills safety is in critical condition after a tackle Monday night. This is very shocking. I am very proud of Chris Jericho. This man is a class act. And if anything, this guy should be given a fucking award for being one of the top guys in AEW. This guy is stand up as a leader. He is stand up as a human being. He is a multi-talented performer. He does music. He does wrestling. He does it all. The guy deserves nothing but respect. And for what he did, thumbs up to him, man. Fuck the thumbs up for my channel. Thumbs up to Chris Jericho. He's a hell of a man to do something like that. This thing has raised up to $4 million after the whole situation happened with him. So I think that's absolutely insane. Cat Inkpen says, that was nuts. Steven told me about it when I was live. He was watching the game. He saw it happen. Yeah, it was pretty sick. I couldn't believe that happened. I'm sincerely sorry to him and his family. I hope he's getting better. From what I keep hearing on ESPN, they keep saying he's in critical condition. How long can a person be in a critical condition? I mean, I may not know any of that, but it is pretty fucking creepy that he's been in critical condition for over 24 hours. I would figure by like 12 hours, maybe he should be okay. We should be hearing some kind of response from him. What might be his issue? But I'm not sure. Cat Inkpen says they may have a hard time stabilizing him. I'm not sure. They managed to get his heart going. His heart actually stopped on the field, and he was brought back and was able to be given oxygen and everything else. He just seems like he's kind of out of it, I would assume. And they rushed him to the hospital so that he would, get the proper treatment he needs for his condition right now. So that's all I really know at this point. I mean, this channel is not about football. I am a diehard football fan. As you guys already can see, I wear a Cowboys cap. I'm also a Dolphins fan. God help me for that. And that's terrible that I'm a Dolphins fan. It sucks. Kat Inkpen says she thinks he's on a ventilator. Oh boy. Well, his heart's going, so that's a positive, I would believe. But I'm not sure, man. That is scary though. What happened to him? Let's go over not Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy. There's some news about him. You guys might be wondering, hey, Jeff Hardy, how was that drive from Florida to North Carolina? Did you make it to your doctor's appointment, or were you too drunk to get there? Ooh, did that strike a nerve? Was I a little offensive? Was I mean by saying that? I don't know. I can be a prick sometimes, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this guy, Jeff Hardy, amazing performer, no doubt about it. I love Jeff Hardy's in-ring performances, but he is such a what should I say? He's a risk to have on your show. Really, he has too many problems outside the ring, drinking issues, drugs, pills, you name it, he's got it. Uh, so I mean, it is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm smiling here. Cat Inkpen says, "Yes, you can be a prick." Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Can't always be a nice guy in this world. The world will kick your ass if you're too nice. Um. Anyway, Jeff Hardy's future in the wrestling business remains uncertain, with legal case still pending. As previously noted, Jeff Hardy was arrested on June 13th, 2022, and faces several DUI related charges. How many DUIs has this guy got? So Mark Raimondi of ESPN.com later reported details about Jeff's arrest from the police report. Jeff's pretrial hearing has been pushed back multiple times at the request of his attorneys. The court dated schedule for the December 21st was postponed for January 18, 2023. Um, During his podcast, Matt Hardy commented on his brother's future in wrestling. It's just very unfortunate the things that happened with Jeff. And hopefully, it's something that he's going to make into a positive, and he's going to turn everything around in his life, and he can come back and be better. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe he comes back, maybe he doesn't, but we're scheduled to do all kinds of things during the summer, and it really sent me down a big path of detour following that. But it is what it is. It's pro wrestling where you have to adapt and change on the fly, and I've made the most of it and tried to do what I can. Yeah, well, Tony Khan didn't do a very good job with you. Sorry to say. Anyway, Matt also confirmed that they were plans. There was plans for him and Jeff to actually win the tag team titles in AEW. Holy fuck! What a wasted opportunity right there, man. That would have been fucking cool as shit to see them as AEW tag team champions. Oh man, that sucks. Alicia Stansberry says Ronda Rousey was horrible. Charlotte Flair, big poop. Can't stand her. Feel like it doesn't Like I doesn't want to be there. Never should have took the title off of Liv Morgan. I'm sorry, Alyssa, but it's a tragic thing, but I'm sorry, but Ronda Rousey in reality would destroy Liv Morgan in an actual fight. So her actually winning the championship doesn't really pan out so well. It's not realistic. It's absolutely dumbfounding to actually witness something like that to happen. Really, I am honest. I cannot. I couldn't even believe she beat Shayna Baszler. That pissed me off. That was a terrible, terrible booking decision. Shayna Baszler should have won the fucking SmackDown Women's Championship, not Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler should have. That was terrible. That pissed me off. And then on top of it, Shayna Baszler's taking pinfalls with Raquel Rodriguez with a fucked up shoulder. Come on, man. What the fuck is going on there in WWE with Shayna Baszler's booking, man? That pisses me off. But yeah, that's what's going on there with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's chances of returning is probably very slim to none. And I don't think he should come back after all these years of all these mistakes. Plus, he's getting older. He's banged up. He's fucked up. I think it has a lot to do with the reason why he's drinking. Um, and I think you should stay away from wrestling. If you want to do something behind the scenes where you're not throwing your body around and hurting yourself, I think that's the better way to go for him and his long term future in pro wrestling. but as an in-ring performer, I would not have him doing anything in the ring anymore. I think that is what is contributing to him going back to drinking. Possibly, I wouldn't be surprised if he was popping pills on top of it, like sleeping pills or painkillers, to help him cope with the pain that he goes through on a day-to-day basis when he's wrestling full time. So that's not a shock to me whatsoever. All right. Anyway, last story, and we will be heading on out. This show has moved along a little bit longer than last week. One more story about Tony Khan offers hints about the new look of AEW's programming. Let's go ahead and read this bitch. I'm really interested in what they're going to do with the show. It's a new year and a new look is coming to AEW programming. Rumblings of a major change for the company began last month amidst the hiring of the former vice president of global television production of WWE, Mike Mansuri. Now in All Elite Wrestling, Mansberry, I should say. They fucked up his damn name. What a bunch of fucking idiot. Mansberry secured the title of senior vice president and co-executive producer. Very smart move by Tony Khan. All right, so while not officially confirmed, Mansberry likely aided the production team in executing the new vision for the company, as AEW president Tony Khan referred to him as the really viable addition, who's up to date with all the state-of-the-art technologies in the recent appearances on Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. A preview of AEW's new look emerged in recent commercials promoting a new Dynamite in the new year. The advertisements teased a fresh color palette tied together with flashing lights and lasers in the background as the company's top stars appeared in the forefront. With the new year underway, AEW will officially debut its new look and stage setup on Wednesday's edition of Dynamite. This is going to be very entertaining to see how they changed everything about this show. It's a sports-based presentation, and that's what we always go for, Khan explained. It's a great pro wrestling show every Wednesday on TBS and every Friday on TNT. We wanted to change the set to reflect a new era, and I think it's going to be great look for the show. It's a great set. It's still going to be the same great wrestling because it's going to be new matches and new stories and a lot to look forward to. In regard to pay-per-views, Khan believes the grid matrix look will flow really well, especially the traditional green futuristic look of Revolution. And that's pretty much all that was said by Tony Khan in that report. I'm interested. I hope they do some really cool shit. I hope they don't make it look anything like how WWE stages look like. They look very bland. They look very too, I would say, too glossy and not enough like underground type wrestling look to it. So hopefully it does look really good Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. And hopefully we get a really good show out of it as well. Cat Inkpen says you could hear me screaming across the country. What about what? About the situation with with that football game? Yeah, that was fucking terrible. Unless you're talking about something else, please respond back in the chat. Rachel Buck. Oh, about Charlotte. Oh, yeah, Charlotte. God help me. But like I said, Cat Inkpen, Charlotte might be utilized in a positive manner by having Naomi win the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. If they have Naomi win at the Royal Rumble and then have her win against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, I will be okay with the decision of Charlotte Flair. But in the meantime, for right now, yes, I agree. Charlotte Flair being booked as the women's champion is absolute fucking bullshit unless Naomi's winning the title from her. If that's not the case, then right now it's fucking bullshit. Rachel Buck says, "What did you think of Raw yesterday? If you came in, I mentioned this earlier. I didn't watch Raw last night. Uh, I will be doing a review on Thursday night. I heard from JD from New York, just the beginning portion of his show, talking about the fact that that show was good in the beginning, good at the end, but the middle portion of it was not that great. So I'm going to go ahead and watch it, check it out, see how it is. If it's good, great, I'll discuss it. If it's not, I'm still going to discuss it and shit all over it like I normally do. Rachel Buck says, did you hear that Seth Rollins might be injured? No, but I did hear AJ Styles is injured with a broken ankle. He got this at a live event. That was something I could have reported on. But since I'm here, I'm stating it right in front of you guys. Yeah, that is, uh, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, AJ Styles is out with a major injury with his ankle. He'll probably be out for 2 months or so, maybe a little bit more than that. Who knows? Alyssa Stansberry, do you think 2023 need rebuild women's division in WWE? Yes, they definitely need a rebuild in their division. Thank you again for whoever hit the like to raise it to 4. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I am totally 100% in agreement. I think the women's division needs an upgrade. It needs to be rebuilt, and it needs to get better stars on the show. Rachel Buck says Seth Rollins got injured on yesterday's show on Raw. Well, I didn't watch it, so I wouldn't know. Cat Inkpen says, wait, I watched it and you didn't? Yeah, why would you watch it? You do a live stream on Twitch. What the fuck are you watching Raw for? Do you like to bore yourself after you're done? Are you insane? I wouldn't watch that shit live. I don't want to sit through 3 hours with commercials included. I'd rather be able to watch it afterwards so I can skip through the commercials and skip through anything I'm not interested in watching and then review the shit and shit all over if it was that bad. Anyway, Matt87 Eagle says, watch the opening and the main event. There, I saved you 3 hours of filler. Yes, I'm very aware of that. I watched JD's opener to the show, turned it off so I would not go ahead and get any of the spoilers on the show. Rachel Buck says he landed on his knee. Okay. Kat Inkpen says her husband wanted her to watch the show with him. Okay, well, I guess you can't say no to your husband. That would be a little stupid. I'm sure he doesn't say no to you when you want something. So, yeah, I totally understand that. But yeah, I could not put myself through the torture of watching it. And if my wife asked me to watch it with her, I guess I would. At least I get a little action out of it afterwards. Anyway. All right. Anyway, guys, that is all there is today. That is the full on Random Wrestling Talk episode number 4. Or episode number 44, excuse me. Holy shit. Anyway, guys, I thank you guys very much for coming in. This was actually a really good show. It didn't go as long as it normally does, that full hour, but it came pretty damn close. Again, I appreciate you guys coming in. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. Oh, wait, there's a comment by Rachel Buck. Let me go ahead and read it. So if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win the tag team titles, who do you see facing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens after they win the titles? What? That's a good question. That's something Trips got to fix, because better have somebody good to face them for the titles for the next pay-per-view afterwards, because they better have a game plan for all this, because if they don't, it's just going to be a complete fail for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's reign as champions. We're just going to get that feel-good moment, and that'll be it. So we need to have some sort of plan. The only other option I can come up with is a rematch between these two teams. Maybe there's some unfortunate ending that causes the titles to switch hands, and then they have to redo the match again and book it for the next pay-per-view and just do a build on that. I am not sure, but that is what it is. I'm not 100% sure. Wrestling J says WSG. Oh boy. Now I sound like I'm completely out of touch. What's good? It's all good, man. It's all good. Thank you very much, Wrestling with the J. Appreciate you coming in here. Um, and I thank you very much for hitting the like button. If that was you who did, raising this to 5 likes for this channel. Anyway, guys, that is all I have to say at this time. I greatly appreciate you guys coming in. If you liked the video, go ahead, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. Bye.